Welcome to Burnside. We are planning to open our church building from September the 6th at 11 o'clock for morning services only. We'll see how many people come along and then we'll reevaluate and decide how often we're going to have services in the future. But the first service is going to be Sunday the 6th of September, and you're very welcome to come and join with us. But of course, we don't want to force anyone to come. You may well be shielding still, or you may just not feel comfortable coming and being part of a group of people inside a building. And for that reason, Burnside at Home and Phone Burnside are going to continue for the foreseeable future. But we do want to glorify God as we come together, and so we've had to make a few different changes because of the coronavirus. And so this little video is just to show you what to expect and what will happen whenever you come and join with us in Burnside. Whenever you enter the building, there'll be a one-way system. We ask you to come in through the front door, unless of course it's raining, in which case entry will be by the rear door into the halls, and then you can queue at a safe 2-meter distance as you come through the hall and then into the church building. We ask you to maintain that 2-meter distance at all times, and there will be markings on the floor. Please don't proceed to the one in front until it is clear and you're instructed to do so by one of the stewards. As you enter the church building, there'll be a hand sanitizer. It's electronic, just put your hand in below it. It will dispense the sanitizer into your hands. And even if you've already washed your hands before leaving home, please use the sanitizer as you come in, and you can also use it as you leave if you would like to do so. As you come in, please wear a face covering and don't be touching any surfaces or door handles or the tops of pews as you make your way in. The doors will all be opened for you. They'll be kept open to increase ventilation in the building. That means that you'll not be allowed to take your coat into the cloakroom or use the toilets. They will be out of bounds. The disabled toilet will be there for emergencies, but you'll probably want to keep your coat with you because of the increased ventilation. It will not be as warm in the church as it would normally be. Whenever you come in, please don't stop to talk to anybody, same as you're going out. If you want to talk to someone, please do so outside and keep that 2-meter distance as you do so. When you come into the church building, you will be shown to a particular seat to sit in. Once you have sat in that seat, please do not move anywhere else. We'll start at the front of the church and work our way towards the back so that minimises the amount of movement to and fro past people's. And each pew can hold 3 people. One at each end and one in the middle, and you'll see clear markings on the pews as to where you can sit and where you shouldn't sit. Now, of course, if a couple comes in, they can sit together, or a family group from the same household can sit together. We will then adjust whether somebody sits in the middle of the pew or not, depending on how large the group is. We will have people seated in one pew, and then there will be 2 empty pews until the next person is seated, and that maintains at least 2 meters, and in fact even more than 2 meters between people. There'll be no singing in church so that we're not projecting our voices. I will be at the front, obviously speaking, and because I will be projecting my voice, there'll be 4 meters between me and the front of the congregation. We'll also have contact tracing, so each Sunday we will take a photograph of each side of the church so that we know where everyone is seated, and if anyone should test positive, then the people who have been seated around that person will be contacted so that they can then be tested and can isolate until that test is received back again. There'll be no pew Bibles or hymn books, so please do bring along your own Bible. There'll be no announcement sheets given out, so the announcements will be verbal, or they will also be on the website as well. Offering plates won't be handed round, but they will be at the door as you leave, and you can put your offering there as well. Whenever it's time to leave, you'll be leaving from the rear pew first, and wait until a steward instructs you to leave so that we don't have people sort of tightly packed in a queue waiting to go out. We'll take 1 pew at a time. Please don't stop to talk, any talking outside, and keep at a safe distance as well. I know that sounds like a lot of regulations and a lot of rules, but we're doing all this to keep people as safe as possible. And we want to be able to come and glorify God and relax as we come into church, in the knowledge that all of these precautions have been taken and that people are being kept as safe as possible. It will be the most natural thing in the world to touch surfaces as you go along, but please try not to, because others may have touched that surface before you as they've been coming in and out of the pew. Should you need to leave to go out of the building during the service, please indicate to the other people in the pew, and then we can arrange for them to move out so that you can get past. Also, our services will be nice and short. It's probably only going to be about half an hour the first Sunday, just so we see how everything works and how everything fits together. But we do pray that God will be glorified and that we will have fellowship together as we meet him in this building.